Hello and welcome to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. My view of humanity is a whole new tea. Hi, hello, how are you guys? I am back, and this time it's more political, slightly dating nightmare, but a lot more political. Like the last few episodes have been kind of half and half. After I've talked to, oh my gosh, guys, the more I talk to men, the more I see how poorly educated our country is, the more it is clear how we ended up with this administration, the more it is clear how people are cheering this on and they want to see people tortured and bullied and tormented and put down and dehumanized. They are enjoying it. So, and okay, you only take offense if I'm talking to you. If you know I'm not talking to you, you don't feel anything because you're like, oh, she's not talking about me. So, yeah. So, anyways, you already know the deal. Have something to drink, have something to eat while I talk and spill my tea, okay? Because, yeah, the the way I'm looking at humanity right now, and my example today is Stephen A. Smith, or yeah, it's going to be interesting. And I know you guys, well, some of you guys have already looked me up and looked up my face. I will be doing lives, at least on the Handicapable Black Nerd channel. I'm planning on doing it on here too, but since I know I talk a lot of politics and that certain demographic, MAGA, Republican conservatives, they just love trolling me. They trolled me all over the dating apps and everything. So I kind like when I started this channel, I kind of at least wanted to, and I have only still shown you guys a sample. I have over 200 more screenshots at least because I think in total it's over 500. But I think like when I started the channel, I at least just wanted to show and share because as you guys know, being undiagnosed for so long and everyone calling me a liar, saying that I was making it up and everything like that, and I was just trying to get attention. While growing up, I've always said, I need the proof. I need proof. I need to provide proof and evidence. And now I'm at a point where I don't have screenshots for everything because my phone would be so full. My laptop would be so full because trying to collect everything. So there's going to be some times where I do story time. If you don't believe me, I don't care. I don't. But the funny thing is, like with the evidence I have given you, if you don't realize that I have looked through the over 300 episodes, I have provided so many good ones. And check out my Patreon because I like unedited because so many of the screenshots have swear words in there calling me a slave, the N word, the B word, the C word. Some are telling me that I need to be a good woman. I need to be well mannered. I need to behave. And it's like I have, oh, and that, okay, well, I'm going to be getting into the main topic. So let's go. Let's go. Because, well, with Stephen A. Smith, he had like okay, Mrs. Obama with her classy, beautiful, wonderful self. And oh yeah, I will be at some point, it's buried in my phone, but I have so many screenshots different times through the last couple years of people saying she's trans, she's a man, she's not a woman, she's this, she's that, and oh, she's a monkey. And like, yeah, the bigotry, the racism, the sexism, which, yeah, it kind of goes along with this episode, but I had to put that out there because, oh, they love putting so much hate on her. And with how highly educated and amazing and eloquent and wonderful. But then, oh, when we have the orange man's wife be the first lady, and then she even nags and complains about doing parts of the job and like some of the things that she does while doing the job, and then her past job and how she became a U.S. citizen. Lying. Oh, it's like, but see, it's like they're so busy kicking out other people, but they won't investigate and look deep into their own situationship. Because, yeah, she should not be a citizen, especially not the way that she became one. She should have had to take the same route as a lot of these people who were in line to do. And so I just think it's really amusing how it's like, since she's a rich white man's wife, you know, or, well, yeah, I have other opinions on, yeah, because, well, it's only rumors, but yeah, how the orange guy and his third wife, yeah, third wife, third time's a charm, right? How their first intimate encounter on Epstein's plane, yeah. But okay, let's get down to business though, because Mrs. Obama had a few remarks about Stephen A. Smith, and I thought they were valid because, especially some of the clips and some of the stuff that I've heard from him, I'm at a point where if I see he's in the clip, I don't want to watch. I don't like, he's not, I don't gain anything from him. He doesn't have anything of value, really, of substance that I could get from somebody who is more researched and more poised. And I mean, not even poised, because I love the emotion, but his emotion is just not my cup of tea at all. But some people like it, some people love it. So I'm like, hey, do you, boo? Get your demographic, So, but it's just not for me. But he didn't like that, and especially the comparison of the Real Housewives and the reality TV reference or whatever. So then he tries to go and put her down, and even tries to claim that with President Obama, Mr. Obama, when he was talking to those black men, saying that they were trying to make them feel guilty, and that's how the orange guy got into office, because he was trying to blame them with misogyny. Stephen A. Smith, you need to know how some of these, especially black men, treat black women out here. And maybe you need to remember, or maybe you need to realize, the red pill passport bros and that type of society that's out here right now, the alpha males, and how their expectations of women, and how they dehumanize women, and how they devalue women, and how basically they want a free maid, a free cook, a free escort. That's the kind of stuff that they want from their woman. They may call us queens, but they want us to be the queen of the kitchen. They want us to be the queen of their bedroom whenever they say so. It's like, if we don't jump when they say jump, then they'll probably cheat on us. But it's like, but if they cheat, they say that, like, do you know how many? Oh. Yes, because I've been seeing a lot of clips from some of these, especially. Oh, I saw the clip from Akon and his ooh. Okay, only in my opinion. This is all in my opinion. But Akon is an absolute idiot. He had an absolute idiot. The things he has said makes me wonder, did he ever take a reproduction class? Because he had the nerve to say men don't need women and that they can just put their specimen in a machine. Does he not know how women go to male specimen? Like we have an egg. Okay, it's like, okay, so are you saying that they're gonna take the eggs out the women? Okay, different subject. Okay, I'll talk about that on a different day. But I'm sorry, but in my opinion, he is just an idiot. It's like he said quite a few things lately that I've heard on different podcasts or different YouTube channels, and I'm just like, this is why Generation Z and A are acting like, ooh, wait, yeah, all right, millennials too, yeah, yeah, trust me, millennials too, but part of me is just like, our future might be a little doomed with how, but anyway, it's like they want to say there's no misogyny, and that's how it's like that guilt trip made, like, the orange guy end up in office, but it's like, he does not know, he does not realize the stuff that women go through. And especially how many men have told me, or it's like first they find out that I don't have any kids. That's the only reason they want to date me. And then they tell me that I better not have any kids because they're not going to deal with the baby daddy. But every single one of those men have kids. So that means they have baby mamas, right? They have mothers to their children, right? So when I ask them, okay, so how come you get to have, like, kids and then the mothers with the kids, but then you're saying I can't? And they're like, oh, well, I know how to keep mine behaved like they're pets. And this has happened more than two, three, four times. Several black men have said this type of stuff to me, that they have trained their women or their baby mamas. They've kept them straight. They know how to act. And then even on dating apps in the profiles, how many black men say that I want a well-behaved woman. I want a woman who acts right. I want a woman that knows when to perform in the bedroom. It's like she better know how I like it. And just like, I, there's so many. There's some, because now in the back of my head, I'm remembering one that I have not downloaded yet. I think it was about a year and a half ago. And okay, because you know what? No, I'm just going to give more examples because, okay, here are some of the reasons why. Because some people look at me, they're like, well, when's the last time you've dated a black man? I've tried. And even the last few weeks while going through dating apps, it's funny how Bumble, Bumble, each time it says I missed a match, they're conservative. I'm like, no, I literally said I will not date an orange guy voting supporting guy or whatever. I will not date anyone MAGA or Republican. And I don't know why. Like, they don't read. They don't read. But like sometimes it's conservative black men. Yeah, it's like, and so yeah, back to the episode prior. See, black men, some black men do vote Republican. That's another reason how that orange guy got into office. But it's like, so when people try to say that I'm racist because I don't date MAGA, I don't date Republican, I don't date conservative, they need to get their facts straight on what race is and racism is. They need to look that up in the dictionary because they're poorly educated, like the few, brain cells left in, inside their bodies. Yeah, it's like they're crying for hydration and help. And yeah, anyway. And so when I some of these guys, I don't match with them and things. And then even on Facebook dating, when I see, yeah, I have seen some of the guys who, especially on Facebook dating, that's where I see them say that they want a woman that's well behaved, and or I have baby mamas, but they know how to behave. And then it's like some of them even, oh, you must not like kids. I love kids. I have not found a man that I thought was going to be good enough to have my children yet. I mean, it's more complicated than that, but that's a short term. I was trying to wait until I was married, but now I've decided I'm never going to get married because of how almost every woman that used to pressure me into marriage are now telling me not to. It's kind of funny, kind of amusing. A lot of them are now tortured into their marriage, and some of them can't stand their husband anymore, but then they used to put me down for being not being married. But it gets really interesting. It gets really, really interesting because with reasons why a lot of the men don't date me, why a lot of these black men don't call me queen or princess. I do you know how many black men have told me that I better not go to grad school, that I better drop out of grad school, that getting that type of education, I'm going to be wasting my time because I need to focus on having their babies? And how my goal should be having kids, and or my goal should be helping them like pursue their goals. And but then you have to look back, like my goal is to have a relationship like Mr. and Mrs. Obama. I'm not saying be president, but I want to be able to get my education and at least get go for my goals and dreams, and also for him too. But at the same time, if his goal gets to the point where he's like, oh baby, I need your help, I got you, then that's exactly how Mr. and Mrs. Obama were. Because when he said that, I don't think I can, be president, I don't know about this, he always thanks her and appreciates her, because she was like, you know what, she dropped whatever, she was just like, yeah, I got the girls, you do your thing, we got this. And there's not a lot of men like that. A lot of men, they'll tell me that they don't want me doing my dreams, but then instead of them pursuing any type of dream, they want to play video games or consume special candy. Or, like, I mean, I'm talking about white men and black men, not just black men in this example, but it's just kind of funny how a lot of men, especially black men, have told me or broke up with me because of my education, broke up with me because of my goals, and left me because it's like I was writing my books and my poetry. And it's really annoying and frustrating, because it's like he's so offended that it's like, yeah, President Obama, yeah, he did say misogyny, and he has a point. I think he was right. There's a lot of misogyny within the male population, especially black male population, and a lot, like, on the flip side, there's a lot of racism too. So with black men, sexism, and then with other, especially like people of color and white men, double, we got racism and misogyny. It's like, because a lot of people, they don't want to see the black woman be a leader. They don't think we can be capable and able of doing so. And so, like, when he tried to say that, like, he thought he was gonna get away with that, no, like, who, if if he sat down with me and I got to tell him all of the times that especially black men, they literally tried to distinguish or exterminate. I'll just say, yeah. I'm like, why can't I say extinguish or not extinguish? Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna say exterminate, because yeah, I don't. Anyway, they wanted me to just do away with my dreams. They wanted me to give up, quit, and it's it's frustrating. It's absolutely frustrating, because they don't want to allow me to live my goals, but then they don't have any goals to pursue, or they say it's because of my age, or I'm black, or I'm in the city, or I'm this, or I'm that, or whatever. And sometimes, yes, I know racism, I'm black, hello, it's like I've been through it all day every day. But at the same time, sometimes, like, with my writing, with my businesses, with, like, even this channel, I've had people tell me, well, you're black and have a disability. Oh, it's like I couldn't connect with you. It's like with your stories, I don't think I would really be able to relate to you. And then there's other people, especially when I talk about racism. Oh, you're making that up. That didn't happen to you. Oh, no police officer fondled you. No police officer called you the N word. No police officer like did A, B, and C, like. And then, when my ex's mom, the only reason you got into college is because you're black. People don't want to believe that. But then all of a sudden they say DEI, they'll say DEI so quick. Ha ha ha. And then with Kamala Harris, they wanted to call her DEI. Kept calling her DEI hire. Supreme Court, they kept calling her DEI hire. But guess what? Both of them are some of the most highly qualified within the fields that they were applying for and going for. And so you want to say that it's like there's no misogyny and all. It's just an excuse. No, it's okay. I remember there was the one guy that I told you guys about in the couple episodes. He was begging for my number. He would not leave me alone until he had my number because I was at my friend's 25th birthday party, something like that. If okay, I forgot what year. I think it's 25th anyway. And so I'm at the party and to support them. And this is when I found out that they weren't really good friends or whatever because they begged me to go. And I go to support and they promise that they're giving me a ride home. But then guess who couldn't give me a ride home? But yeah, that party. But then they did not understand that I needed the ride home because now this guy is like, oh, you don't have a ride home? Let me drive you. Let me get. And I'm like, how safe is that? Like, you're literally going, and they watched, and one of them even laughed. Oh, it looks like you got another one. Oh. And then when I'm like, I'm not interested in him. I don't want. Oh, look how tall he is. You should be happy. Why don't you just give him your number? You should be happy. It's like you get this attention, but it's like you're never interested in blah blah blah. Well, with this guy, he had a couple baby mamas and he was trying to tell me that one like yeah, because even though we weren't even dating yet, he told me once we got married I would have to quit my job because he's not dealing with a woman that works. And he said that he would it almost sounded like he was going to train me on how to be a good obedient wife for him. And then, oh yeah, can't forget the pastor, the black pastor, who told me, yeah, basically same thing, that he would want me to stay home. And once he comes back from work, once he comes into the house and he sits on the couch, I would have to get on my knees, get into position to orally relieve him. Yeah, let's just say that. And he said that it was my job to do that every single day. And he said that he was not going to allow me to write my books. And that's not even the same guy who told me that it's like if I write books, he would have to read them so that he can take out what he did not think was needed. And because he would have to approve it before, it's like if I was going to publish them. And then he said if they were going to be published, they would have to be copyrighted under his name. Because since I'm his, or he said, since I was going to be his wife or whatever, then he gets to have, because he's going to know or how much money that comes in and he's going to be in control of that. So yeah, Stephen A. Smith, you don't know about misogyny. You don't know about, so I mean, I have more examples and I'm going to go through more, but it's just really, yeah, it's like you're ticked off about what Mr. Obama said. Then it's like maybe you need to listen to what some of these passport bros and red pill guys are saying out for to these other men, and you need to actually go look up what Akon, some of the things Akon has said. And oh, go listen to that one married, I think they're a Christian couple, where the woman ironed his pants so he can go and cheat on her. And I mean, there's the list goes on and on. Even Simone Biles' husband, it's like they had something several months ago that happened. And I mean, part of me is just like, you know what? It's like, okay, as long as they're happy now, whatever, whatever. As long as they dealt with that within their relationship, okay. But you don't see how much misogyny that women have to go through. And for some women, some of us want to live our dreams. I want to be an author. I want to be a businesswoman. And I have tried and tried. And normally, like, I mean, I'm going to say a lot of men, even especially white men, don't want black women to start their businesses, or they will do anything and everything to stop us. Okay, and it's like that only hurt if I'm talking about you, okay? So if you're a white guy and you're like, oh, that's not me, good job, high five, gold star. gold star. But yeah, put a gold star in the comments, or yeah, or they don't have gold hearts, do they? But anyways, but I'll just say good job if you didn't take offense to that. But it's I remember it's like one of the guys that I was interested in. I was surprised. I was going to surprise him with some dinner because I made dinner at home, but I made a little extra because I knew he said he was really busy that week with work. So I dropped it off at his house and everything, and he was like, "Oh, is this your am I worth getting married test?" Not anymore. It's not, because I was like, "How? Like, really?" And because he said something else that was like strike two. And even when I said, okay, he has one more strike, before I left out of that house, that last strike was already out. Because, oh yeah, like some of these guys, they get mad with how women dress. They get mad with how women dress, but at the same time, the women that they keep trying to follow on Instagram, TikTok, and OnlyFans, it's like, so they want to judge women for wanting to express themselves and dress how they want to dress. But then at the same time, it's like they tell women they better be modest while they want to chase the women who are not modest. But then once they date those same women, then they try to tell them they have to be modest, which is also how a lot of conservative men are. Conservative men go and chase the liberal women, the progressive Democratic women, only to try to encase her and trap her within conservative values, even if she doesn't agree or want to. So then when she tries to break up, then the guy says she's selfish, she's greedy, she's heartless, she doesn't care about him and everything like that. So a little off topic, but it's just something I've noticed. So at the end of the day, yeah, it's like a lot of these black guys, and it's like only if I'm talking to you, remember that, baby, okay? Okay. But a lot of these black guys who are misogynist, sexist, guy, like, yeah, sometimes I just wonder, do we need to have exercises or therapy or something to allow them to, like, either get more hobbies, be more open within their feelings, be more expressive, or even change the definition of masculinity or manly or whatever. Because part of me is just like, okay, if you have that body part, you're a man. Okay, that's good enough for me. I don't care. And some men put other men down for putting fingernail polish on their fingers. And it's like, okay, if high heels and wigs used to be made for men, okay, I think anybody and everybody can wear whatever the crap they want, because fashion is in it's like, to me, I'm just like, if it fits, I don't care. Okay, okay. But and I say that because, well, a lot of men, especially, okay, the black men, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to finish right here because, especially as a lighter complexion African American woman, a lot of black men have said I'm not black enough because I'm lighter complexion, or since I talk, I guess, not black enough. I've had a black guy tell me that I have to start listening to black artists or black movies or things like that so that I can start talking more like them. And yeah, it's just to the point where black women are not a cookie cutter. And we're not trying to be a cookie cutter. I'm not trying to be a cookie cutter. I want to be me. I want to be the person that I am authentically. And with Kamala Harris, she is a leader. Women can be leaders, but a lot of men don't want to see black women as leaders. And we need black men to acknowledge us to a point where they can see us past cooking, past laundry, past just sexual attention and things like that. We are more than our beauty. We are emotional, intelligent beings, but most men cannot see that because they are entrapped in our cookie cutter definition. Thank you so much for listening to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. I am a woman, I am of color, and I am handicapable. But most importantly, I am human, and you're human too.